The way you're going to want to approach this is probably going to be with your box type of deal, type of thing. So your box is going to have 2 compartments high, and it's going to have 4 compartments wide. That's based on our memory of how we did this way back in the day. So your 2a plus 3 is here, and I usually like to put my minus 33 here, my minus 8a there, my minus 2a squared, your plus 8a cubed, and then way over here is an 8a to the 4th power. So it's off to the side like that, it's offset, but it's so that we're setting things up to be like terms in these diagonal boxes here. Okay, and the way you start this guy out off to the side by its own, it's going to be 8a to the 4th power. That's where you start. And then you're saying, okay, well, this times what will give me that? 4a to the 3rd power. This and that gave me that. So I'm basically dividing this by that, and that's the result. So now I have something on the outside. I can get something back on the inside by saying this times this. Well, that's a 12a cubed. And the way I've written it here, these two things here add together to get that. So it's a positive 8, but that's a positive 12. So I need to take away 4a to the 3rd power to get me that 8. Now we're back to square 1, square 2 on the top row here. 2a times what gives me this? It's a negative 2a squared. The squared and the a give me the cube. That and that give me a negative 6a squared. Well, that and something else give me a negative 2. So this time it's a positive 4a squared. The positive 4 minus 6 gives me that negative 2. So up here, this is going to be a positive 2a. Positive gives me the positive, and the a give me the a squared. Well, that and that give me a 6a, and that and the other gives me this negative. So it's a positive, and that's a negative. So I've got to travel all the way down to 0 and then back to negative 8 again. So that's a negative 14a. 6 minus 14 gives you negative 8. Okay. So up here, you take out a 2a, you got a minus 7, and negative 7 and positive 3 is a negative 21. Well, this isn't going to work. This doesn't match. If it matched, it went in evenly. Since it didn't match, I've got a remainder, and that remainder is whatever I add to this to get me that. Okay, negative 21 and negative, 12? You add those two together, you get your negative 33. So I have kind of an R negative 12. Back in the day, we used a remainder to identify that. But now we're all grown up, and we say if you divide this by that, you end up with this thing on top, and that basically becomes 4a to the 3rd minus 2a squared plus 2a minus 7, but then it's a negative 12, so you would write it as minus 12 over what we divided by the whole time, and that's a 2a plus 3. And before I sign off here for the day, don't forget when you set this thing up, you've got a 0t squared there that you want to pay attention to. And also, this just in, that's a 5, or that was, wait, what was it? It was a 5 somewhere. I screwed up. This should actually be a 9. Oh, I made a mistake here, but that's okay. You'll figure it out. I put it as a 3, and in reality, it should have been a 5 back in another place. So this actually is a 9 for our final answer. Because I think this 3 here, I don't know. That should be a 9. Thanks.